to This Time with Daniel... Okay, I'm going to start that one more time because I ended like this, so I was like, that's a weird...
What is that?
Welcome to...
What is that? Who are you fighting in here?
Atlantis has always had a king. Now I need something more.
But what could be greater than a king?
Welcome to This Time with Daniel and Shahbaz. Today, we're going to be talking about... Aquaman.
that was my trident spear.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like...
I didn't do a very good
Kung
job
Fu
of that.
Mac.
It was a bit of both.
Okay. So today we're going to be talking about Aquaman, and this is the first DC EU movie that we've had since Justice League.
My God.
Yeah, over a year ago now.
Over a year ago, yeah. Crazy
crazy.
how time flies.
Yeah.
So Aquaman stars Jason Momoa, Willem Dafoe, Amber Heard, and oh my God, Patrick Wilson. Yeah, Patrick Wilson. Yeah. And also Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And it's taking place in the DC Extended Universe, which we've watched all their films as well, and this is kind of taking place right after Justice League as well.
Yeah, but what's really nice about it as well is that even though it's taking place after Justice League, it's still very much an origin story.
And very much a standalone movie as well.
Yeah, and I think it does a really good job of balancing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so tell me what you think.
So, I absolutely loved it.
Okay. we actually haven't, it was interesting, we haven't discussed this at all.
Yeah.
By the way, so continue, please.
I thought it was really, really fun,
Yeah.
visually stunning, and I think what you were telling me in the car as well was, not in the car, but in the movie you were saying that they show scale really well in this movie.
Definitely.
And they really do. Even the fight sequences, if you notice, the camera's just always spinning around.
It's always moving.
But it really shows space, which is I thought was really, really cool because as tight of a space it could be, like in the submarine,
right,
the fight still felt very big and large.
Yeah, there's a lot of fluidity to their movements.
No
and
pun intended.
It's... Don't smoke in here.
I'm so sorry.
But it's crazy. So you'll be seeing like one action sequence happening on one side of an island, and then it will literally just kind of pan out and see what's happening somewhere else. So I think they show scale and they show movement and placement fantastic. And the visuals in this movie I think are stunning as well too.
Absolutely stunning. There's shots that just look like artwork.
Blow you out of the water. But yeah, there's some beautiful, beautiful cinematography at work here, and the art direction in this movie is awesome. Yeah, there are some moments of the CGI not always being up to par as some of the high points in the movie.
The film's also like, it's 99% CG is what it feels like.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can imagine, you can almost forgive some
For sure.
of it.
And I think this is one of the first movies I think that we've ever seen that majority takes place underwater.
Right.
And it's really well done how they
Really
look
well
underwater. You kind of see the
hair?
the hair and I guess the refraction underwater as well
Even
too.
their voices.
Their
have a
voices.
reverb to it.
I think they did a really good job with that, and because we know, I guess, moving ahead in the next 10, 20 years, whenever the next Avatar movie's coming out, James Cameron has said it's going to be taking place underwater, so I'm very curious to see
how he does it.
if he's taking any cues from this movie. What'd you think of Jason Momoa finally kind of getting his starring role?
I think he's a lot of fun. I think he is... If everyone loves Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson because he's like the man,
right?
I think Jason Momoa is the real deal. Like I feel like he is just absolutely badass.
Yeah, he is.
But still, like a teddy bear.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to have beers with the guy. That's how cool he seems.
I was gonna say there's a moment in this movie where he's taking beers and he's kind of talking with some people in that bar, and like exactly what you're saying. I'm like, oh man, he'd be like such a cool person just to hang out with.
Yeah.
You know. And I love the fact that he was able to bounce back from Conan the Barbarian, which I think was his debut film role.
Pretty much, yeah.
And now I think he's just such a beloved character, and I think with everything that we think of Aquaman, he literally kind of blows it away.
Blows it away.
Blows it away, and
Absolutely.
this movie wasn't afraid to embrace the comic book side.
No.
Yeah.
There's definitely some cheesy moments in the movie.
Definitely.
And
I was going to get to that as well, too.
I think where the movie really has issues with is song choices in scenes. Like, it's almost like it's trying to be a 90s, 2000s comic book film, but the elements of it are still so modern. Like, I felt a lot of it was also borrowed from video games. Like, there's sequences where it's almost like a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about Uncharted.
Right.
So a lot of those elements are there, which makes the movie fun. What I really liked about this movie, though, is there's really no dead space. It's continuous action all the way through.
Right.
They really don't stop.
Yeah, there's not a lot of moments where it is slowing the pace down, and anytime you feel like I'm like, oh, that's interesting that the order of events are happening.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of explain it why in the movie, right? I was just like what you said. I was going to say the licensed music in this movie. There's about 3 parts where it happens. They don't always land. I was also going to say the villains in this movie I think were great. Patrick Wilson and as King Orm or Ocean Master, and the actor who played Black Manta. Great.
Yeah.
I wasn't too big of a fan of how much I think they leaned into the comic book side sometimes.
Right.
When they're announcing their name.
Hammy?
Yeah. Well, like both of them have their moments where I'm like, I'm Black Manta or I'm Ocean Master, and like you're just like,
If I look back at like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, they really never say like Green Goblin or Spider. Like it's almost just like it comes natural,
right?
Or they're introduced that way by somebody else. It's almost like someone's perception. Kind of like how Aquaman is. It's interesting because Aquaman's name, he doesn't give it to himself. It's just people.
It's kind of what people have called him that, right? And you know what? I listen. We just commended the movie for embracing the comic book side. So you know what? Fine. You know what? We still came away loving this movie, I think.
And this is a huge feat because DC needs a win.
We need a win for sure.
Yeah, and
go ahead, sorry.
I had a really good time. I'm really surprised how good of a time I had.
And as we come to the end of the year and we're kind of looking at all the movies we got, like this is one that I'm excited to rewatch. This is one that I'm excited to own in my collection, in your collection. And I think it's safe to say that this one's watch it.
I always do a very sassy watch it when I say watch it.
Watch it.
No, that's not sassy.
What was that then?
You were evil. You're like, watch it. I was like, watch it.
No, that's exactly it. You know, DC needed a win, especially because it's been so long since we've seen their last venture for us.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where they go from here. I mean, we have Shazam coming out.
Yeah.
We have Wonder Woman now. That's 2020.
Yeah, we have Birds of Prey, the
Birds of Prey. You know, we have a lot on the horizon, so I'm hopeful for them because I love DC and we love DC, as you could see behind us here.
We love DC.
So I'm excited to see where they go.
Yeah. Thank you guys for subscribing so far, commenting, and leaving all your wonderful comments, basically.
Yeah,
thank you. That was this time.
And we'll see you next. This is going to be treading water.
You were going to literally drown.